So in today's use case video, let's look at how, if you are a head of a function department, marketing, HR, PR, how can you save on the AI usage costs? The reason I'm doing this video is because I came across this interesting podcast yesterday. Let's have a look at it first.
Have hit their entire annual AI budget in just 3 months. Others saw their spending on AI double or triple. Microsoft reportedly canceled most of its internal Claude Code licenses, partly over cost, just 6 months after rolling this out. Uber's CTO went viral for admitting that the company blew through its entire 2026 Claude Code budget in 4 months. Its COO said the costs are now harder to justify because higher token usage was not translating into proportionally more useful features. There was also this like kind of almost viral Axios report saying that somehow, I don't even know how this is possible, but one company spent $500 million in a single month after failing to put usage limits on.
Okay, so I'll stop here. So obviously the context in the video is different. This is IT departments who are building applications, but that really got me thinking with respect to functional departments, right? So head of marketing, head of basically, any of these functional departments, there is definitely a thought with respect to how to economize on the costs of agents which are being used. So let's take a simple example and look at how what are the best practices there. What are the very simple non-technical things that you can do with respect to economizing on the agent? Okay. So I'm on the AI Central dashboard, and I'm in the AI agents section, and there you will. I'm on the sake of example. I'm taking the content calendar agent here. Basically, what this agent does is you have to you have to answer a few questions with respect to the platforms on which you want to be, the kind of tonality, the kind of topics, etc. And then it generates this kind of content calendar for you. This is an example of an agent could be used every week by okay. So let's look at the output, and let's look at well, the first thing is that this is output, and let's go to this particular section of influencer engagement opportunities where the agent is scanning social media and highlighting on influencers on which the brand can comment or reach out to, etc. Now the journey of this has to start with a prompt, right? So and the best person to test the effectiveness of this is the person who's handling the influencer opportunities in the company, and that person has to check the effectiveness of the output, right? So when I say journey has to start with the prompt, so for a couple of weeks that person has to test the prompt before even putting across to the management that the agent has to be done for the content calendar, right? So first the prompt has to be tested whether and the effectiveness of this, because if after doing this the team is not going to be using this, that's a sheer waste of money, right? So that's the effectiveness part, and the person responsible is the domain expert or the content person. The other bit is the efficiency, and this is where the agent architect role comes into play, because the agent architect will look at the various models which are being used, and taking this example, the model which is actually like scanning social media and identifying, that can be a lower model, whereas the model which is actually putting across the suggested engagement or putting across or writing the actual post, and that can be a more like a frontier and that can be a frontier model. So that's what is meant by efficiency. And there are multiple such opportunities today wherein you can economize and use low cost models, use open source models, and use frontier models only when it's required. So those are the, like, it's basically boils down to planning. And the kind of repeated this in other videos, the journey of the agent always has to start with a prompt, with a set of prompts which the domain people are testing for effectiveness, right? And so these are the like these are the non-technical aspects, but they are technical aspects which you're not getting into in this video, like how the agent is handling the exceptions. Sometimes it can just get into a loop, and how the agent is handling any kind of security prompt injection. Those kind of items. But those are technical topics. But just like if you are the head of a functional department and if your department is using agents, these are things which just summarizing effectiveness, which comes by testing by the domain person or the content person in this example, and efficiency, which is done by the AI architect by choosing the right models. Thanks.